Hey, what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Mr. Duty Noodles, aka Mr. Dookie Bookie, aka Mr. P in the bed, alright? And I got a video for y'all today, and this is my first video on my YouTube channel. I'm just starting off, you feel me? I spent the last couple of weeks, trying to upgrade my PC, and I got a new motherboard, new CPU, new graphics card, a new mic, a new webcam. I'm really trying to take this streaming slash gaming shit seriously. Like, I want to try to make something out of this. It's my passion. I love to do it. And over time, y'all learn more about me, who I am, my personal life and shit like that. But let's stick to the gaming videos right now, all right? And I'm starting this one off with like something that's new to me too, right? So this YouTube shit's new to me, but then this game that I'm playing too is new to me. So together we gonna learn, and hopefully this community grows, you feel me? But I'm gonna give them all, see what happens, you feel me? All right, look, we're gonna start this shit off with a lightweight rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? It's a doozy, but bear with me, you feel me? And the gamers know, but if you don't know, if you've been living under a rock, you feel me? And I'm here to refresh your memory. All right, this shit all took place like over the span of the last 7 years, right? So if you know, you know, but if you don't, I'm gonna give you a little fresher up. You feel me? All right, look, this is how we gonna do it. I'm gonna kick off a little timeline for y'all, so y'all could so I could kind of paint a picture in your head, right? In June 2021, a guy named Choi was working for Nexon, and apparently he was caught sending files from a canceled game called P3 to his own private server. All right, and in July 2021, Choi was fired. In October 2021, Choi started his own gaming company called Ironmace with some of his old co-workers who also used to work for Nexon, who either got fired or quit, you know what I'm saying? Then 1 year later, in 2022, Ironmace dropped a demo for a game that they've been working on called Dark and Darker on Steam, right? It was kind of like a medieval extraction looter, PvP slash PvE, you know what I'm saying? And it was kind of like Escape from Tarkov, but with like swords and shields, and crossbows, and fucking magic, right? Magic missile, yeah, that shit. All right, it got real popular quick. Like, I remember when this happened, me and my friends were sitting there like, you feel me, spearing people and shooting people with bows and arrows and playing a rogue, going invisible, stabbing people in the back, all that. You feel me? It was cracking. It was shit, man. I ain't gonna lie, it was fire. So Nexon ended up catching wind of the game, and they started doing some digging, looking into it. It was like, wait, Choice, the leader of Ironmace? Wasn't he just fired for stealing files? And then 1 year later, he got a whole game? Hold on. Plus, these textures look mighty familiar, bruh. So a year later, in 2023, Korean police raided Ironmace offices with a warrant, and Dark and Darker was removed from the Steam store following a DMCA from Nexon. So then 1 month after that, Nexon files a formal lawsuit for copyright and trade secret infringement. Now, I remember when this happened, I was thinking like, Nexon is playing dirty. Like, they're over here bullying like a small dev team because they're jealous that he left and started his own game. Like, I was all in favor of the underdog, right? Like, that was my thing. I want the underdog to win. I felt like he was being bullied, and I felt Nexon was just jealous that they lost somebody with some real talent. The big Fortune 500 gaming company, was bullying the little mom and pop shop. You know what I'm saying? That's what I thought it was. Well, a year later, in 2024, Dark and Darker finally returned to Steam. And at that point, I was thinking everything was copacetic. The little guys won. It was all over and done. Everybody thought it was over and done. Nexon lost. Well, we couldn't have been more wrong, right? Because in 2025, justice ran its course, and the Korean courts ruled that Ironmace did not infringe on Nexon's copyright, but they did misappropriate trade secrets, basically like stealing code and shit. It's like working at Walmart, then leaving Walmart to start up your own business and using those same tactics you learned at Walmart to create your business, right? That's pretty much what they did. So they wasn't guilty of the copyright, but they were guilty of misappropriating trade secrets, and they were ordered to pay 8.5 billion won, right? And that was at the time of when this shit went down. It was like 5.9 million USD, right? Now you might be asking yourself, why would he just pull up all this old dirt from 7 years ago, right? Something that's way in the past and doesn't affect anyone today, right? Because Nexon just dropped the most beautifulest fucking game that I have played in the last 7 years, right? And it's amazing. You know, I was laying in bed scrolling, social media, bored, thinking of something I could play, something I could stream, to get this shit off the ground. And I came across an ad, and it was showing this game, right? This game off, and it looked like just some Korean bullshit. We all seen those games. Don't act like you're blind by it. And you know what type of games I'm talking about, right? Don't play them. Those games that look like they belong on an Android, that it look like they just ported over to the Steam service to get PC players to spend money on their microtransactions. Those games, you know what I'm saying. I had made a vow back when that Ironmace versus Nexon thing was going on. I vowed to never play another game by Nexon because I felt like they was bullying the little guy. I vowed myself to that, and I broke my fucking vow so easily. Like it wasn't even like I wasn't even sweating when I broke it. I was just like, fuck it, fuck my honor, let's play. All right, so you got the history of Nexon versus Ironmace, right? Well, we're going to start talking about this game, okay? The game is called NAKWON, The Last Paradise, okay? You probably seen it already. You probably haven't seen it, okay? But if you think of the mix, okay? The mix is like Arc Raiders and The Last of Us had a baby, right? And that baby got raised up, went to college, right? And met a pretty girl. I'm talking pretty, right? And the girl's name was Zombieland, okay? And then they grew happily ever after and had a fucking another baby, right? And then that baby's name was called NAKWON, The Last Paradise. And it's fucking amazing, okay? Everything about this game, it's what I've been craving for the last 7 years, but nobody can seem to put it together. And it's a simple construct, right? It's simple. There's other players, there's zombies, there's loot, there's events, there's extraction. You can kill other people, you can take their shit, you can heal up, you can get better gear. But there's so many other mechanics in this game where it's like, what the hell has these other game companies been doing? Nexon is putting out a masterpiece, alright? I have gameplay for this game that I want to show you guys, alright? And you still got to bear with me, okay? Because like I said, I'm new to this YouTube shit. I've been trying to set up my equipment and get my streaming and recording software right, and getting the best quality of my videos and all that, But there's things in this game, man. Like you can buy furniture for your house or go out and scavenge furniture for your house and actually place it in your house, like rotate it, move it over here. You can buy refrigerators, put your food that you scavenge from out there inside your refrigerator so it has a longer shelf life. Like there's so much. There's perk trees. There's perks on top of perks. There's 4 different categories of perk trees, right? And each page of that 4 categories, there's like skill trees of different shit. Like you can specialize in daggers where you're focusing on bleed damage and poking through people's armor with penetration. You can focus. There's a skill tree where if you want to be a tank, you can wield a shield in one hand and a melee weapon in the other. And as you're holding your block up, you can punch over your shield and smack them in the top of the head with your other weapon. There's a skill tree for you to zip line up the side of buildings. You can throw a rope on the top of the roof and climb up it. You don't have to go through the stairs and fight through all the zombies. You can just go straight to the top and loot shit and climb back down the rope and run. There is so much in this game that made me instantly fall in love with it. And may I remind you that this was just a closed beta is what we played. That's what we played. A fucking beta. This game is pristine at its current level. I didn't come across no glitches, no bugs. I didn't come across game-breaking mechanics. I didn't come across half the shit you see in these early access titles that they charge you $20 to play early. Like, come on, what the fuck is just happening? There's so many different play styles. Like, you could play fast and have a bunch of stamina and run light armor, or you could play slow and if you wear heavy armor, you're not going to have as much stamina, so you have to sit there and fight. Like, the stamina cost to sprint will be higher because of your armor, so you have to fight through zombies instead of just running through them and finessing your way past them. There's so much different play styles, and most of the people I came across, they were playing that way. Like, they were focused focus more on like combat, move slow, heavy armor, be protected. Me, when I started playing this game, I chose the light armor route. I was sprinting up to people, punching them in the head, then running away and throwing bottles at them and shit. Like, I was being a little shithead, all right? And that was the beauty of this game. And during the beta, you can respec your skill tree for free. So it gave you a chance to try out like all like 27 different combinations of perks you could have. Like, it was fucking insane. Like, at one point I was using like a radar sense where I can like see through walls, see zombies and players through walls, and then I had smoke bomb in my other skill so I could just drop a smoke bomb if I get cornered by some shit. Like, it was insane the amount of things you can do in this game that hasn't even released, hasn't even talked about going into early access. How the graphics look beautiful, the movement, the animations look beautiful, the combat. It was unforgiving, but it was still like forgiving. Like, it was a certain balance between it. Like, you just run up to each other and you start welling, and one of you gonna have better armor, one of you not. Like, that's the way it came down to. And the way you use your skills, you can use that in combat. Like, they had a fucking skill where you can throw like the same zip line you would use on roofs. It was like used differently. You could throw it at your opponent's weapon, and if it hit, it would yank the weapon out of their hands or yank them to the ground. Like, it was fucking insane the amount of things I seen in this game. And that's why I was hooked. Okay, I went on my Twitch and I streamed this game for 12 hours straight. Mind you, I didn't have the same mic I'm using to make this video, right? I just bought this mic. I got a webcam coming today. Like I said, I'm still getting my shit together, right? But the amount of shit that I seen during this beta was fucking mind blowing. I fell in love with this game instantly. But the only bad thing is, this was just a playtest, right? This game doesn't release for another 2 years. Can you imagine how ironed out and pristine this game is going to be in 2 years? In 2 years is how much work they're going to put back into this game. It's fucking insane, man. All right, well, like I said, I'm gonna drop some more gameplay on my channel. There's going to be videos where there's no commentary. There's just, the gameplay, so I'm not bugging y'all with me talking too much or whatever, but it'll be there. Y'all guys just look through the channel, find those videos, watch them, make sure y'all like, subscribe, leave some comments down below, and I appreciate y'all clicking. All right, peace.
Fucking piece of shit.
You mean?
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fucking faggot.
You're dead.
Yeah, your mother is dead. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck your mother, you motherfucker.
You're bad at the game. You're bad at the game. You're bad at the game.
No, you got fucking purple shit on you, fucking faggot. You've been playing for fucking hours, dog shit, fuck.
You're mad. You're mad. You're mad.
Suck my dick, fucking faggot.